guys, I hope you're doing well. Don't mind my like little loopy hair thing. Just wanted to keep some hair out of my face. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. It is 1 a.m. I'm a little tired. I did take a very long nap though, so that's sort of my fault. But I wanted to react to this new trailer starring Anya Taylor-Joy, and it's called Last Night in Soho. It's a teaser, but it is 2 minutes almost, so that's exciting. I don't know what this is about. I saw Grace Randolph posted a video on it. I didn't watch her reaction, but I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, there it is. This is on my to watch later. But I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I thought she was fantastic in Queen's Gambit, and I thought she did an okay job in the New Mutants movie. I think she was the character that sort of stole the show because of her. I don't know if it's necessarily because of Anya Taylor-Joy's acting, but just because of her presence. And she looked gorgeous during the award show. She had this beautiful green dress, and I just adore her. I think she's super cool. So I'm excited to see her tackle on more projects. And again, I don't know what this is about, but I'm excited to see her star again. Let's see how it goes. Okay, better. Oh, she's cute. That almost looked like Abigail Breslin. Edgar Wright. Baby Driver. I loved Baby Driver. Are you okay, sweetie? Ooh, that's a cool shot. She looks drugged out. Sean Connery, Thunderball. Whoa. What? Ooh. Oh. Ooh. I didn't know she could sing. Oh, that's the guy from what do you call it? Glee. I'm blanking. It looked like him. Ooh. Whoa. What the fuck? Whoa. Whoa. October. In theaters. Okay. Well, shit. I have no idea what's going on in this trailer. But this is very intriguing. I love the horror aspect. Like, as someone who grew up watching Disney, I loved Hannah Montana. So it's interesting seeing, like, a more horror-featured double life scenario. Though, it seems like she's disassociating? This is so interesting. Let me see. Last Night in Soho. I just want to look at the cast. Thomasin McKenzie is Eloise, and Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Sandy. Okay, so maybe I didn't see the guy from Glee. I saw Matt Smith. Oh, interesting. James Phelps sounds familiar. Terrence Stamp is a big guy, obviously. Interesting. I have no idea what's going on. This is fascinating. I wonder if there's like a brief summary of the movie that so it's a horror, psychological horror. Is there like a... Okay, here's like a little description. Let me see. Okay, the premise. Eloise, a young woman with a passion for fashion design and a strange sixth sense, mysteriously finds herself transported back in time to 1966 in London. In the body of a singer named Sandy, she encounters her idol, a wannabe vocalist. But the 1960s London is not it appears to be, and the past and present seem to fall apart with shady and horrifying consequences. Oh, so this is going to have a supernatural sense, because this Eloise has a sixth sense. So it's not a double life. She is just, well, she is experiencing it, so I guess she's sort of astral projecting back in time to experience the life of this girl, Sandy. I also didn't know that Anya Taylor-Joy could sing, so this is exciting. She looks so cute here. She looks There's something about her expression here that looks very Abigail Breslin, like when she was a lot younger. But I believe this is Thomasin McKenzie, who I don't know what she's been in previously. She's quite pretty. Oh, she's a Kiwi New Zealand actress. And she was in 2018's drama film Leave No Trace. She was in supporting role in Jojo Rabbit, True History of Kelly Gang, and she was in Lost Girls. She was in The Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies. She was Hobbit Unexpected Journey. I don't remember her in The Hobbit. She's supposed to be in Top Gun Maverick. And that's about all I can really recognize. How old is she? She was born in 2000. Oh, she's a baby. So she's 21. Very cool. I'm excited to see her career. She looks so cute and humble here. I'm guessing this looks like the London transport. I love this, like, it almost looks like an amp suitcase. That looks really charming. It's very 60s themed. So, you know, that plays a role into Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Sandy, being in 1966. I hope by reading that description I didn't give too much away about the trailer if you wanted to be more blind. So, I guess spoilers for that. I apologize. I didn't think about that. So it's like a cute little dorm flat that looks like about the size that my college room was. And she seems to not be fitting in. I'm guessing, I don't know if she's going to be keeping her New Zealand accent or if she's going to pretend to be an American. I'm not sure. But she seems to be trying to socialize among these fellow fashion design majors at college, but doesn't really seem to be fitting in. A lot of these girls seem a lot more modern, while she seems to be stuck in a very specific, almost time period, like a girl at a time. And maybe that's part of her sixth sense, that she feels very timely. So she's not dressing like everyone else. God, I've been in her situation a ton where you're just in conversations and you're supposed to be having fun, but it's like, I don't really feel like I'm having fun, and I don't think I'm around the people I want to be around. And just, you know, I've always been this girl who's been in groups of people, even groups of 3, 5, whenever it's an odd number, even numbers, I've always been in the one who like trails behind when walking down streets, especially sidewalks. So this is very interesting to see. But they seem to be like very much in their own world, kind of ignoring her, but they brought her along because they were being nice and maybe they're in the same class together. But clearly she doesn't seem to be fitting in. She's not happy. This is so sad. I really relate to this girl, especially when I was in college. Like, I'm so happy I'm not in college anymore. I was such a sadder, more introverted, less driven person, and I felt like I did a lot of that. So interesting, you could already tell something's off because the light flickered before she even touched the thing. And that doesn't look like her nail polish, so I wonder if that's Anya Taylor-Joy's hand. I love this shot. I really enjoyed Edgar Wright's Baby Driver. I thought it was just really beautifully shot. I loved the music choices. Ansel Elgort and Lily James, I think, also did a great job of elevating the movie. But I love this shot of her, like, going to bed. And I love that it says invites you. Like, it's like, come on in, enjoy my dreamlike state. And I wonder if this is something that she's actually experiencing, like, whenever she's going into, like, a sixth sense sort of, like, period. Like, when she's able to sense the supernatural. If she's, like, experiencing, like, these sort of changes in reality. Back in time. She looks so, I don't want to say coked out of her mind. I don't know if I said that earlier when I was initially reacting, but she looks so, like, in a trance. So I'm guessing she's in one of her states where she is experiencing the supernatural and she's just, like, following along. Because this looks like she's just in simple PJs and this isn't reality, because she seems to be, like, appearing out of nowhere. And this is, like, in, like, the different part of London where she then becomes Sandy. I love that you can tell already that there's, like, it's a very different style of London. The cars look different. The way they're advertising this billboard is very different. Also Sean Connery. And I love the way they, like, open the doors for her. And I love how much she just stands out. I think it's a really cool shot. Café de Paris. And I love the mirror aspect here. I think that's very cool. I think she's playing the role quite well. And she even gives, like, a little face. She's like, where is it? She's like, thanks, I think. Weird. But then she turns around. And I kind of wish we saw her expression. I wish we saw it. She was like, what the fuck? I'm Anya Taylor-Joy? Look at my hair. Look at my outfit. And she even, like, does, like, the same sort of, like, movement. But even the way she walks, Anya Taylor-Joy has such, like, a suave elegance to her. Even the way she's doing that. And I think that was her hand earlier during the light switch, because that nail polish looks the same. See, they're doing, like, a similar hand motion and doing the same thing with the hair. I will say there's something about Anya Taylor-Joy's performance here. She looks a little unhinged. And I think I'm curious if the way the story is going to be told is that Sandy experienced something traumatic and passed away, maybe, and never got justice. And by Eloise coming to London and having a sixth sense, Sandy's able to communicate with her and be like, find out what happened to me, get justice. Or another scenario is that in order to become lavish and famous, because there was that shot earlier where she's performing in front of just two people, that though that clearly could have been an audition, but she seems very like glitz and glammed up here. So possibly the reason why Eloise is experiencing supernatural things is because Sandy made a deal with the devil, possibly, and in order to get fame, sacrificed something or someone, because there are these like hands that come out of nowhere later that are attacking. And there's something in the way she's like playing with that. She's like, nope, that's all you get to see today, bye. I really liked that. And the way she shoots up, she looks so much like Abigail Breslin to me when she was younger, and she looks so innocent. And I guess that's the point, to really contrast between Sandy and Eloise, and I think it's good. Ooh, I love that just quick little flash, like we see her and then we start to see it, and then we get a quick glance of Sandy looking super sus. She looks a little psychotic and unhinged here, like I said in that earlier shot. But I love the coloring they did on her. And obviously you can tell they're using a ring light of some sort. I wonder if she is trying to like look into the future to contact Eloise, or if she's like already possessed by something, who knows. But I love the coloring. And look, she's already drawing her. So I wonder if Sandy, well, it seems like it, like Sandy was actually a person, and now Eloise is drawing her in her fashion class. And I hope we get like a decent backstory, maybe in another trailer, about how Eloise got her supernatural gift, if that'll be explained when we actually get the full drop trailer. So that's Matt Smith, it seems like, and that's clearly Sandy enjoying her life. That was a really good transition. There's Matt Smith again. I love Matt Smith. I initially found out about him through Doctor Who. He was the, I believe, 11th Doctor, and obviously he is known for being on The Crown, and I'm glad to see him getting more work, because I love him. That seems to be him here, him there as well. And again, I really like this shot. I wonder if they, in order to do this, because it looks so good, if this is not a mirror, but it's supposed to be a mirror, if they actually had like a one-way mirror so you can see both sides, and they have it so like this is actually Matt Smith, or this is Matt Smith, and then this is like a double, so that Anya Taylor-Joy and her can be in the same scene together. Or they just did the shot separately and then mirrored it. I don't know. But the way they look at each other, I think, could indicate that they actually did this next to each other, and this is like a one-way mirror. And it's interesting that she's even getting a hickey. And actually, she is wearing the nail polish in that earlier scene. So maybe that was Eloise flicking the light switch, but she does share the same nail polish that Sandy has. And I wonder if she chose that nail polish. And look, she's already seems to be changing her appearance and attire after seeing these scenes with Sandy. So maybe she's, fitting in more or becoming a different person, because maybe there's something about Sandy from the past, like taking control of Eloise, or maybe Eloise is just wanting to be more confident after seeing Sandy and how she's acting in 1966. Who knows? But she seems like a completely different person there. She's like flicking her hair. She has these big hoop earrings that are like almost leopard print, I think. Or they're just tie-dye. She's like embracing this hickey. She's wearing this like really bright pink color that seems like one of the other fashion design major girls that she was hanging out with earlier was wearing. And she has her hair completely differently. Her makeup's different. So it's clearly she's going through some sort of transformation than when she first began arriving in London. This is not a really super flattering dress on Anya Taylor-Joy, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of makes her look big here, which clearly she isn't. She's a very beautiful woman. And this is that audition scene it looked like from earlier, and Eloise is able to see Sandy live when they're not just themselves. And there's the two guys from earlier. And again, she's going through a transformation. She maybe wants to become Sandy, be more confident like Sandy, or Sandy is trying to possess Eloise. Who knows? She goes for this very dramatic hair change. She's even wearing this like really different blouse. She's taking selfies, which we didn't really like even see her using a phone in the previous scenes. We don't know, but it's quite a change to go for bangs and blonde hair, And I love seeing like the fade in between Anya Taylor-Joy and Eloise, and she's doing that hand motion again of like, you're done, next. And she just seems possessed. She seems so like wigged out. And there's Matt Smith again. And there's some cabaret show that I guess Anya Taylor-Joy was auditioning for, because this looks like a similar stage to where she was in the black dress. What the hell are they doing? The hell is she wearing? She looks like a Lolita doing like this little kiss. Mwah. And see, she's wearing like the same nail polish that Eloise puts on later. And this is such a clearly different look. I'm assuming that there's going to be some sort of like fame got to Sandy and really changed her, and she had to, you know, also go through a transformation like Eloise. I'm curious. I don't know if that's Matt Smith's character or if that's someone else who played a role in Sandy's life. And there she is waking up again. When the past lets you in. And there she is again, clearly wearing something very different than what she's used to. She's wearing like this really sexual dress, so maybe she was like with an older man in that scene where she was like getting that hickey and like continued that relationship. Because this is a very sexual looking dress, she looks like, and there's like this bow, and she has this red lipstick. She looks like she was like on a date, and maybe it went wrong. And there's Anya Taylor-Joy in this beautiful like go-go, like 70s, I don't know what to call it, like raincoat type dress. Looks really good. And it looks like Eloise is back there following her, being like, wait, what's going on? Where are you leading me? And here I can't tell if this is in the 60s or in present day. So that's interesting. And there's Matt Smith looking dapper. I wonder if this is supposed to be Matt Smith's character in the present day. I'm not sure. The way they like flash between them together is interesting. And apparently he has a type. There's blonde, red lipstick, some makeup, and looking beautiful. And there he is. And the way they're cutting them next to each other makes it seem like Matt Smith in the 60s is this new guy in the present. And maybe he takes notice of Eloise and her new blonde look. And he's like, you remind me so much of Sandy or something. Who knows? And it clearly looks like she switched apartments. I don't know whether she's like out of college at this point and we're seeing her like through maybe like 6 months later or a year later. But this looks like where she woke up before with her brown hair. But in the other shot, she was in like this small itty bitty apartment, and this is clearly not the same dormitory where she was at school. And I wonder what she's seeing. I wonder if this is even her room. At least, I don't know specifically. In my opinion, I don't think there are many households that have mirrors on the ceiling unless they're like really into kinky shit and like watching themselves as they perform sexual activities. Because it seems like almost like a love hotel type of situation. And I think there's Anya Taylor-Joy. I guess she was meeting up with someone. I don't know if that's Matt Smith, but clearly something was going wrong. And maybe they were like doing some sort of foreplay thing, but it got serious and she ended up dying. And the truth will come out. And I believe that's Eloise at this possibly Halloween party and experience the supernatural again. I don't know who these ghostly figures are. One is wearing a top hat. I don't know if they're like, they almost look like they're dressed for the party. They even have like these dark marks on their eyes. I don't know if it's the same person. I can't really tell because they look shadowy. I don't know what they're doing there. Maybe he's like playing the piano. It's like, I remember when I used to play the piano for Sandy in the 60s. I love this set. I think they're gonna have a lot of fun playing with these, like with this like cabaret type style stage. And I love these like strings, like Pinocchio. And that looks like Anya Taylor-Joy, or maybe Anya Taylor-Joy, I think is one of these girls. So she was a backup dancer for this lead girl, but probably Anya Taylor-Joy wanted to be in this role, or at least Sandy's character. She even has like the blonde hair, so it seems like something up Sandy's alley. And obviously she seemed like she wanted to be a star, not just some girl in this weird ballet cabaret tutu. And this seems to be in present day with Eloise. And then maybe there's something here where Anya Taylor-Joy's Sandy is on drugs, and like after having a night on the town, this looks like a club or a room that they're in post a production. And I believe that's Eloise. It looks like she just came out of the party because she looks like she still has the dark makeup on, and she left to investigate what happened. I wonder if that girl's sign is actually there, or if there's something about this like this top hat figure that's, you know, that killed Sandy. I don't know who this is. I wonder if that's supposed to be Sandy growing up, but it seems like Sandy died in the 60s, so who knows? Maybe she's someone who knew him. Oh, and there's Anya Taylor-Joy in that raincoat type style, again talking with a mustachioed man. So maybe those 4 guys were actually 4 guys, but maybe the head guy was the guy with the top hat on that staircase. But clearly something bad happened. And I believe that is Eloise, because she has, again, the dark makeup. So this seems towards the end of the movie. She went to this party. It went wrong. She ran away. She discovered probably more about Sandy, and it, you know, it's not leading anywhere good because there's the knife that also killed Sandy. Or a knife. It might not be the same knife, but it's like, you know, a similar styled knife. And oof, that looks so creepy and terrifying. And I think that is Eloise's face, so who knows if she's gonna die at the end of this movie. But it looks like she's not having a good time. Do you believe in ghosts? Oh, so I'm curious. I wonder This is the new apartment clearly that she lives in, and I guess that older woman was like the landlady, and maybe as soon as Eloise moved in to this apartment, she started seeing Sandy, because she was living in this apartment when she had the brown hair and, you know, was waking up like from the dreams of Sandy. So who knows? And she seems to be clearly running away from someone. The atmosphere is changing, which I guess shows that something supernatural is happening, and she wants to get to the phone but isn't able to. God, that just coming out of the... And I love that it breaks like glass. It's like breaking the reality to stop her from actually being able to do something. And I love that it grabs her. You know, it's like one of like your worst nightmares in a horror film is that you're running along and suddenly a zombie on the ground grabs you and bites you, and that's how you get zombified. You know, not going out on like a glory with like guns ablazing and, you know, fighting off hordes of zombies. No, you just get ankle bitten ones. And again, I love this like reality breaking. It's very cool. I wonder who that is. I wonder if that's one of the gentlemen who Sandy was associating with in the 60s, or if this is some sort of poltergeist that also died in this hotel or facility. And I love the way it cracks here. This almost feels like an end game, like in a video game when you get the bad ending. It's like, oh no, you let Eloise die. Try again. I almost expect to see like the Bloodborne thing, you have died, to show up. But I like that again, it also breaks the reality again. So it's like the world around Eloise was breaking, but also the way we're viewing the story is also shattering. So, you know, things are going to be unexpected, to say the least. I'm very excited for this. I think it looks quite good. What did you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you guys like Anya Taylor-Joy? Are you excited to see her in this new production? For those of you who have seen Thomasin McKenzie in other projects, what did you think of her? Are you excited for her to be a leading lady here? I'm excited to see Matt Smith. Let me know what your favorite part of the trailer was, and like and subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye-bye.